let's see, let's take a student question first. Haley, you are up first.
Thank you so much, Dr. Delahooke. So my question is, what suggestions do you have for teens to help themselves deal with issues of anxiety? And how best do you think I could help my friends?
Haley, that's such a great question. And I think one of the first things you can do to help your friends deal with anxiety is let them know they're not alone. Like when we suffer together, it feels good, right? It feels good to be witnessed. And I can just tell by through the Zoom that you're a caring person and your friends are really lucky to have you. So I think number one, when we start to talk about our suffering as humans, and you guys and you all have had such disruption during the time in your life where you really want to just be with friends. It was thwarted. So you guys have had a kind of a messed up high school, but I do believe it's going to make your generation more resilient. So we'll catch up with that. But so witness it, normalize it. Like, okay, I get that. I hear you. Talk. Allow people to talk together. And let's not view anxiety as something like a disease or a disorder. I think that the anxiety gets such a bad rap. It's protective, right? Our fears, our preoccupations with what other people think about us, or if we're going to do bad on a test, that's our body protecting ourselves. So the more anxious you are, because I was a very anxious child, and I still manage anxiety all the time. I'm like, it's my friend, because it's kind of helping me stay safe. Very smart people are anxious because we know we can figure out all the bad things that can happen. So normalize it, be with each other, and realize that actually being with friends and having a social support that you can talk about will likely also decrease the level of that red, because it's really, we're talking about vigilance in the nervous system. So those things will help. And then of course, if it feels debilitating, or if it feels like it is getting in the way of you being the best you, or you guys doing your junior, senior year, if it's getting in the way of your social network, then help is so available. And therapy, talking about it, a counselor, a friend, someone from your religious organization, really there's help available. So I think those are the three things. But great question. And yeah, thanks for asking it, because I know there's a lot of anxiety out there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, take care.
Rebecca, you have a question from a parent?
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Delahooke. Question from a parent. How can we help kids train their bodies to respond differently to perceived threats, some of which really aren't threats in the first place?
Yeah. That is a really great question, because that's the over response, right? That is when everything's safe, but my body is still feeling like it's not, and it's telling me it's not. And so I have to do all these things like worry and organize or whatever is happening. So it's kind of the answer has to really do with social and emotional development. So I'd say the basic principle is that we start at body regulation. So the first thing I would want parents to look at for their child is how green are they? I mean, is this a person, are they running in the red kind of all the time? And if they are, you add activities into your life that are related to relationships and playing and having fun, so that you see more green, so that you see your child actually physically relaxing more and worrying less. Ironically, that might start with not even talking about the fears, but hanging out together more, with one caveat, and that is that you as the parent feel calm. because there's a lot of research. I don't say this to scare any of us parents, but just to reassure us. But there's a lot of research on something called emotional contagion. So if we are feeling anxious about our child feeling anxious, that gets kind of processed across humans. So with so much compassion for parents, take care of yourselves, nurture yourself so that you feel calm. When you feel calm, you'll be able to hang out with your child more. And then that act of hanging out often relaxes the nervous system, because the nervous system needs connection. On the most basic level, it needs connection. And I think our culture is kind of hung up on talking to kids about their anxiety. And this is, again, what I describe in the book is that it starts with sensations in our bodies. So I wish I could give you like the step-by-step, but the roadmap, the bigger roadmap, and if you read the book, you'll see it there, and there's plenty of stuff on my website, blog posts and things like that, and videotapes of being able to realize when your body is starting to amp up and to create your own toolbox to help calm it down. And it's really fun. One of the things I love to do is help parents work with their children and with their, no matter what the age is, to develop that toolbox. So when they do start to feel that tuning in their bodies, like, okay, it's starting. What am I going to pull out of my toolbox right now? Am I going to go talk to mom? Am I going to do some jumping jacks? Am I going to listen to some music? Am I going to do some wonderful self-talk or a special type of breathing? Every person can, no matter, really, like the little ones can do this too. 5-year-olds, like their little toolbox. So that's a tidbit of an answer.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sean, you have a question.
Hi, my name is Sean, and I'm a senior at Glenbard West, and I've
Hi,
started to
Sean.
notice, I've started to notice some more of my peers in all grades struggle to attend school regularly. And I know there's a stigma around mental health, and people can often feel ashamed. So what can we as friends or even parents do to help alleviate some of that anxiety, or at least let them know that we're there for them without making them feel bad?
Oh, Sean, that's such a great question. And let's just say, like, there is a problem. There's a problem with the stigma of mental health. Okay. And the problem is not with the students. It's with our systems. It's with education, not understanding that, when you need a break, when your body needs a break, and you tell someone that that's what you need, that's legit, right? So part of this, I think, parents and students, and I'll be talking to educators tomorrow, but is to change our system so that we respect when a student is saying, and right now, Sean, there are so many people who are suffering in their bodies, like they're saying, I cannot really think straight. That their body isn't in that green pathway to be able to learn. So we take that mental health day off and hopefully get support around from parents and students to say, this is a legit thing. It's not somebody trying to take advantage of the system or trying to just get out of something. Because don't you think, Sean, that students do well if they can? I mean, don't you think, like, you guys you want to do well, you want to show up, you want to graduate and all that. And I think if we give people the benefit of the doubt to say, yes, they want to do well, but some stuff is happening right now. So that's one. The second one is that I think one of the reasons that the numbers are so much higher right now is that your peers you guys haven't been able to be together for the last couple years in a natural way. That has taken a toll on everyone's social health and mental health, because we are We are social beings. We are meant to be with each other. And when you're a teenager, the good feelings really start to happen around your peers, even more than with your parents. So that has been stifled. And so I think the suffering's going to get better. People are going to start to feel better. But the way to do it is by meeting in groups, talking about what's going on, and kind of like Haley said, or what you said too, like destigmatizing this idea that anxiety or depression, feeling sad or feeling agitated or upset, that those things are negative. And to help people say, like, dude, tell me about it. Like, share your suffering. You're not alone. And witnessing someone else's suffering is a powerful form of therapeutic effect. And we can do that for each other. So I wish you the best this year.
You're making me think about some of the thoughts we've heard recently. Lisa D'Amour talked about how good mental health is feeling the appropriate emotion at the appropriate time. So if we've had this trauma that we've had, we're going to feel sad. We're going to feel frustrated. And I think about Mark Brackett talking about how all feelings are valid feelings. You put it all together beautifully. Here's our last question. When do I seek therapy?
As a parent or
when do I seek therapy for my child or myself?
Yes. So, wow, I think that when do I seek therapy would be, if you're thinking about needing it, seek it. It makes me sad that I think there is even a stigma about seeking help, seeking support. But if it's in your mind that I am suffering, I'm not experiencing the amount of joy and the amount of satisfaction in my life, in my physical body, or my child, my teenager seems to be in the blue a lot or in the red a lot, that means that help is needed. And I think we can shift it to look at it, see it as a sign of strength. Another thing I'll say about that is that telehealth has emerged during COVID. There are companies now that do telehealth. You can text a therapist. It has opened up regulations that I think is really a positive thing, because some insurances cover it, but also you may not have to actually physically go. If you can, that would be a great option too. But my point is there are a lot of options. Seek help, it's worth it. There's a lot of suffering. And I think we need to try to not be a stoic. Please don't be a stoic. It's okay to suffer. We all suffer, and you are worth it. You are worthy of care and of compassion.
Mona, behavior is the message. What is happening in the body? Observe, interpret, take action. Do what you can to fill that green zone, that the relationship is the top priority. Find the moments of connection in everyday simple interactions with our children. De-emphasize the body management. Be aware of your own emotions at the time and decide when is the best time to engage. Have self-compassion. We can't control everything. Understand that that's how our child is experiencing the world. We are all doing the best that we can. That was beautiful, Mona.
That was beautiful.
It was outstanding.
I love your summary. Thank you, Gilda.
It's very seldom that I say buy the book, but I'm going to say buy the book.
No.
It's a wonderful book, both of them. Beyond Behaviors, your new one, Brain Body Pairing, that just came out. They're wonderful resources. I hope we'll all have a chance to investigate them. If you can purchase them, get them at your library. So much to think about. Thank you, Rebecca and Haley and Sean and everyone that stayed on well beyond 80. Thank you for your generosity, Mona. A pleasure to finally make it happen. And
thank you so much.
We often end by saying, go hug your kids. And you've reminded us, relationship is everything, isn't it? Oh, and they're thanking you.
Oh, I thank you so much. stay in touch, you guys. Hey, yeah, I hope to stay in touch with you. And Gilda, you are amazing. You are a force, I can tell. And this community is awesome. I wish I lived in Chicago.
They loved you. Thank you, Mona. We love you.
Thank you. Be well.
Be well, everyone.